Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a brand new season of Fort Lee Bridgman Soccer here from the Dr. Allen W. Sugarman Sports Complex in Fort Lee, New Jersey, on a beautiful afternoon here for soccer as we kick off the 2022 boys soccer season, as it'll be Fort Lee taking on the Paramus Catholic Paladins here on our Fort Lee broadcast, courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletic Department's YouTube channel. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Long. Join us alongside by my producer, Dimitri Nanis, and our cameraman is going to be Mike Richapi here this afternoon. And after a great season a season ago for Coach Demba Maines Bridgman, they finished 12-7. Won a game not only in the Bergen County tournament, but also progressed with a win in the state tournament. Now they're going to be turning the page and trying to replicate that success from their 2021 season to start off a new campaign here today against a Paramus Catholic side that they're looking to turn the page from a very tough and trying season a season ago. And they're going to be hoping to have a fresh start of their own here on the road. Paramus Catholic is coached by John Lewandowski. Class of 2004 at Paramus Catholic. He's in his second season in charge of his alma mater. Lewandowski was a two-time captain at PC, later was a captain at Seton Hall University, and even played professional soccer for 3 seasons. So he's going to be trying to really flip the script and get Paramus Catholic back as a viable threat in Bergen County. While Demba Maine's side, Demba now in his 11th season at his alma mater, he led Fort Lee to their first state tournament win since 2018 and the most wins overall for the program since 2017. Just a marvelous year a season ago. The question now going into this season is, how do they generate the goal scoring that has graduated with the likes of striker Timofey Strelli? Strelli is now taking his talents to Jersey City, where he's playing at St. Peter's University. He was a 20-goal scorer for the Bridgmen a season ago, led Bergen County in goals scored. How does Fort Lee generate that striking option up top after losing one of their potent scorers from a season ago? So we're going to see here today what Fort Lee has in store for us. This is the first meeting since 2019 between these two sides. They last played September 9th, 2019. Fort Lee defeated Paramus Catholic 4-2 in Paramus, as another standout from last year's team, Ian Aragones, had a hat trick in the win back then. Paramus Catholic had won the prior meetings in 2018 and 2013 before that. Paramus Catholic will be wearing their road white kits with gold numerals, while Fort Lee is going to be sporting, it looks like, new kits here this year, where they're going to be black with a gray striping as well, with a chance here to defend their home turf. Just giving you the heads up, if anyone's tuning in here for our first broadcast, we were unable to retrieve a roster from Paramus Catholic as we put out requests for the varsity numerical roster, did not get anything. So with some of the information we have, we'll be able to identify maybe some of the players, but sadly not all. But we'll be good to go here to bring you the start of this brand new soccer season for Fort Lee. And kicking off this season after, again, a very successful 2021 season. And Fort Lee had a lot of their successes here at this home field, even under the lights later on in the season. So they want to defend their home turf here before they'll be traveling to Dumont their next time out on September 12th. So the teams are getting ready to square off. And see again, Fort Lee's going to be in their black kits with the gray striping. Black numbers outlined in orange. A starting keeper for Demba Maines, Fort Lee Bridgman here today, is going to be Benjamin Thomas, the junior who had 42 saves a season ago. Had a best performance, 6 saves in their final game of the season, a loss against Ramapo in the sectional state playoffs. As he will be sporting the gray goalie kit and wearing number 0. Leader for this team, you'd have to expect, is going to be number 9, Caden Chan. Chan had an outstanding season a season ago as a junior. He had 3 goals, 7 assists last season, and now number 9. He might be the focal point of this offense up top for Demba Maine and Fort Lee, as the officials just squaring away all the business beforehand before we can get underway for our first broadcast of the season. And again, we thank you all for joining us on these broadcasts, courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletic Department. You'll be able to see all these matches here at home, both live and on demand, and the best part, for free, courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletic Department. As we will be covering the boys and girls soccer seasons here from Sugarman Sports Complex, as well as the volleyball season for the girls' volleyball season back at East Gymnasium on the campus of Fort Lee High School. 79 degrees and sunny, beautiful clouds in the sky. Can't ask for any better weather to kick this brand new 2022 season off, especially after a very hot and sweltering summer. Feeling much more comfortable here as, again, we get the rules given out to both teams before we could figure out, again, the opening kickoff slated here. I believe it's going to be more a 4:15 start time. Second consecutive season, Fort Lee will be competing in the North 1 Group 3 sectionals. 22 different teams are in that sectional. 16 will qualify for the state playoffs. While Paramus Catholic, again, is being part of the North Non-Public A grouping with 13 teams and some of the top-tier talent of soccer in all of the state. With the likes of Seton Hall Prep, the state champs, Del Barton, Don Bosco Prep, Bergen Catholic, just to name a few. So, both teams from the Big North Conference, but an out-of-division contest here. Paramus Catholic representing the Big North United. Fort Lee, the Big North American. A season ago, Fort Lee finished in second place in the division to Cliffside Park. Paramus Catholic finished last in the Big North United, which was claimed by Don Bosco Prep, a team that Fort Lee narrowly lost to in the Bergen County tournament, only by a goal when they took on the number 2 seeded Ironmen throughout the course of the Bergen County tournament after Fort Lee secured a win in the opening round against Cresskill here at home. And later on in the state tournament, Fort Lee would go on to defeat Morris Hills before eventually matching up with and being eliminated by Ramapo in the state tournament. So the captains shake hands. The captain is Caden Chan for Fort Lee. As we mentioned, number 9. He's going to be that leader. Chan already through his first couple of years of his career, 11 career goals, 17 career assists for 39 points. So Chan, you'd expect to be the marked man this year, who's going to be trying to shoulder the load offensively for Fort Lee. They do have the luxury of having that experience in goal. We'll see if that will pay off for them this year, as Benjamin Thomas, who's a junior, was getting a lot of playing time a season ago, and also his backup, Alton Tafalaj. He's a senior, and he has played in a lot of games and has even split time with Thomas in the past. So there is that experience in the back end. So we've been patiently waiting, and now we will finally be able to kick off this 2022 season here. Beautiful day in Fort Lee. So the 2022 soccer season is underway as Paramus Catholic is taking on Fort Lee. Paramus Catholic in the white, Fort Lee in the black. Played over to the near side, but a whistle sounds, so it will be possession and a free kick upcoming now for Fort Lee. Might have been all sides of the call. As now playing in the back line are the Bridgemen. Intercepted in the midfield by the Paladins as Paramus Catholic will try to bring it upfield. Again, we'll try desperately to identify a couple of these Paramus Catholic players, but just a reminder, we were never given a team roster from the school, so we'll definitely be able to identify for you all the Bridgemen on the field here today for Coach Demba Main in his 11th season at his alma mater. Paramus Catholic steals it away on the far side wing as they'll bring it up the field. As that's knocked out of play, defensively right in front of the far Fort Lee sideline. A season ago, Fort Lee averaged 1.8 goals per game. They were able to get explosive runs at different parts of the season. Not so much in their season opener a season ago. They kicked off the 2021 campaign with a road game against arch rival Cliffside Park, and they were blanked 4-0. But they rebounded quite nicely after that opening loss of the season as they rattled off 5 consecutive wins. Fort Lee would love to get off to a hot start here with a win at home to start a brand new season. As that's deflected down, out of bounds off of Fort Lee last, out of bounds. So possession will go over to Paramus Catholic as Fort Lee was trying to find their way down the field with Naoki Dartley, number 7. Bridgman trying to get it up top, as that was Caden Chan, number 9. Good movement on the far side wing as Paramus Catholic has to go all out to try to skewer that one away defensively, and in doing so, they give Fort Lee their first corner kick of the season. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the start of the first half as Fort Lee taking on Paramus Catholic in their 2022 season opener here at home. Low service, skewered away. Another shot ricocheted, pinballed away by Paramus Catholic, up and out of play to the far side. So good constant pressure being administered in the early vestiges of this game by the offense. Fort Lee again trying to attack down the far side. Now there's a whistle here. It looks like it's going to be a free kick awarded to Fort Lee. Another opportunity, this time for a set piece just inside that far sideline. Fort Lee was not able to produce something with a shot on goal in their last corner kick. This is almost like a corner taken here. A dummy run there by Fort Lee. Now the Bridgmen setting it up. They'll swing it inside. A little bit of miscommunication, but then eventually gobbled up by Paramus Catholic and its keeper. Nearly collided with a teammate out in front of him, but had the sure hands to make that catch and deny Fort Lee another good entry into the offensive zone. Paramus Catholic now stealing possession over. As the Paladins trying to strike the other way, and eventually it will go out of bounds. Good shielding and good defending near the end line. And that'll go out of bounds for a goal kick, which will be handled by Benjamin Thomas. Thomas will elect to play it short. And here come the Bridgmen up the far side flank. Paramus Catholic getting to it and chipped ahead forward. Again at the feet of Dartley. Long ball popped a little too long there to the far side. As that'll roll to be out of bounds right near the Paramus Catholic bench. It'll be a throw in here for the Paladins. Paramus Catholic 1-15 a season ago. Their only win of the season coming against Hoboken. Paladins lost in the first round of the North Non-Public A playoffs, losing to Oratory Prep. That'll be a throw in here for PC near midfield. Again, that goes out of bounds. Last touch off of Paramus Catholic. Will be a throw in now for Fort Lee. As we're coming up on 5 minutes gone by here in the first half. And then it looks like a procedure call against Fort Lee. So that'll give the throw-in opportunity now to Paramus Catholic. No real shot opportunities yet to speak of for both teams. Paramus Catholic has been doing a lot of defending early on. As soon as I say that, there's a long-distance ambitious effort as that goes wide of the mark to the left side. But Paramus Catholic does have that opportunity to uncork a shot, their first shot opportunity of this afternoon's contest. As Thomas will square things up now for a goal kick. Trying to get this back into play. Urging his team to move up the field as he elected to go short with it last time. Nice long kick. Getting past the midfield into the defensive end. Now Paramus Catholic trying to bring it up to the near side. Nice run down that near side. Getting a piece of it was Jordy Focarodi. Number 14 in black and orange. He was defending along that near side wing. Pressure being administered by Paramus Catholic. That's leading to a potential turnover here. There a whistle sounding, and it looks like it might have been offsides the call, with one of the Paladins in an offside position when they were trying to recover that possession. So free kick in the defensive end of the field for Fort Lee. Once again, Paramus Catholic trying to pressure a little bit more up top. Nick Marino, number 10 in white for Paramus Catholic, was trying to get to that initially. Malik Ashkar also could not defend that cleanly, just trying to play it up. Headed forward by Gordon Chang, number 3. Chang, a freshman, getting the start in his first ever varsity game. Played forward by Kato Shinoda. And a long ball clearance the other way by Paramus Catholic. 32-40 left to go in a scoreless first half of play. Dan Long, Dimitri Nanis, glad that he could join us for a brand new season of broadcasting here of Fort Lee Athletics on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. We will be your broadcast home for the Bridgemen in all 3 sports seasons in this 2022-23 school year. Honored to be back with the guys, as it's always been fun to call all the action throughout these exciting seasons for the Bridgemen. It was a lot of fun a season ago, certainly, to be witness to some history-making events. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast, luckily for us, also happening here at the Sugarman Sports Complex. That win against Cresskill, their first win in the Bergen County tournament since 2017, and then defeating Morris Hills in a first-round game in the North 1 Group 3 sectional state playoffs. Their first state playoff win since 2018. After that foul, it's going to be a free kick upcoming the defensive side of the pitch now here for Paramus Catholic. They'll send it long and headed forward just outside the defensive box. Goes out of play. Will be a throw-in now for Paramus Catholic. Trying to get it to the feet of number 14, Anthony Calla. Double team attempt, trying to get possession away from Marino. Does a good job of holding on to possession as PC tries to backheel it to the far side. They get it down that far side wing. Fort Lee will just send that one out of bounds to the far side to make sure that they have time to regroup defensively and mark up their assignments of who they need to defend here. Throw in for PC. Almost a swing and a miss there on the clearance attempt for Fort Lee. They do get enough of the ball and now are going to be trying to start the counterattack the other way. Down the near side wing, getting a piece of it was Caden Chan. Back to the dangerous number 9 to the near side. So that's going to be played out of bounds to the near side. Quickly thrown back in by Fort Lee. Sent forward by Randy Mariquin. Fort Lee not able to get a shot opportunity just yet, as that's going to be a tug of the jersey and a foul whistled against the Bridgemen. Free kick upcoming for Paramus Catholic. 10 minutes gone by here in the first half of play. Still scoreless, looking for the first goal of this 2022 season. The far side again, just not hesitating. Electing to play that one out to the far side was Ryan Steer, number 5, the senior. Couple of subs waiting to check onto the field here for Fort Lee. Played out of bounds, backheeled by Demba Main, the head coach of Fort Lee. Did a marvelous job a season ago. Again, leading this team to a 12-7 record, their most wins since they picked up 15 wins in the 2017 season. Now with a whistle against Paramus Catholic, here's the restart and the free kick upcoming for Fort Lee. Bridgman trying to send that long ball past the back line defense. Could not get it forward, though. Steer will head it clear. Bridgman having a little trouble in the last couple of moments, just gaining the possession to try to service something to the offense. Now something breaks free down the near side wing, goes Jin Park, number 11. Park tries that fit ball as he was centering that attempt inside the offensive box. It gets cleared out of harm's way by Paramus Catholic's defense, but that will set up a corner kick. Going to be coming here to the near side, as we'll have two new Fort Lee players checking out onto the field for the first time this season. We'll see Dartley come off the field, as Fort Lee getting prepared for their second corner kick of this first half. They had one from the far side corner in their first opportunity earlier in this game. So getting set to get ready here. Quick little play, sending it right back to Chang. Chang setting it inside. Oh, a runner inside the box. Just couldn't get ahead on it. What a delivery, though, by the freshman. And a cheeky little surprise play there by Fort Lee. They took their sweet time getting the ball to the corner flag, and then they sent Chang on a full field sprint from around the 50-yard line to get into the play, and then he was the man who had that curling service with a cutter coming right in front of the Paramus Catholic keeper. If he got a piece of that one, that was going to be 1-0, the advantage for Fort Lee. Instead, just a little off the mark, and we remain scoreless here. Now a set piece again for Fort Lee just inside the attacking third of the field. Long ball headed forward by Paramus Catholic's defense. A lot of jersey tugging there, and finally the whistle sounds as they do catch the Paladins with the clear tugging of the jersey. That's going to set up another free kick opportunity here for Fort Lee. Closing in on 26 minutes left to go in the first half. Played in front, and that one is weakly headed into the hands of the PC keeper. So it's just been a couple of those opportunities so far eventually for Demba Maine's Bridgman. They've done a nice job, though, in the last couple of moments of garnering a little more possession. Now some contact from behind and no call. We play on, and it looks like it's going to be also a throw-in upcoming now for Fort Lee deep in its own end. Paramus Catholic was hoping for a foul as their forward was trying to have an opportunity there to make some noise. As that is played long and out of the facility, right in front of Cole Middle School. So it'll be a throw-in now for Paramus Catholic deeper in its offensive third of the field. Now the Paladins trying to pounce on this opportunity and see if they could garner the first goal in the real first goal-scoring opportunity of this match. At the top of the box. No shot opportunity to think of so far and speak of for Paramus Catholic. Paladins now getting pounced on here, the midfield. Take it over to Park. Park trying to leave that one for Chang, but just did not have enough on it. Gordon Chang, the freshman, number 3, has been impressive early on in this match. Interception, but that time, again, not enough English on that one with the velocity from Chan. Now Paramus Catholic trying to strike down the near side. They were timing it, but cleared away by Gordon Chang again. The freshman saving of the day there doesn't make that challenge and cleared out of bounds to the near side wing. That might be a breakaway opportunity for Paramus Catholic. Paladins with the throw-in. Headed away and then cleared out of bounds to the near side, as Paramus Catholic once again will re-trigger the throw-in. 16 minutes gone by, still scoreless. Paramus Catholic kicking off their season here on the road at Fort Lee today. Then they will go back home for 2 straight home games in their next couple of games. On September 12th, they'll be hosting Bergenfield before starting play in the Big North United Division. And they welcome in the DePaul Catholic Spartans on September 15th. As Paramus Catholic will make a substitution as well here for Coach Lewandowski. Ball popped up and cleared down the other way. Chan trying to get to it. Good defending, though, by Marino. Fort Lee trying to step in front. A collision ensues, and it looks like a foul is going to be whistled against Paramus Catholic. Fort Lee with that sprint, they won the foot race there as Jin Park was the recipient of the bump. Now it's going to be a free kick here for Fort Lee. As the ball is going to be repositioned at the 45-yard line. It's going to be taken by Shinoda. Shinoda with the delivery. There's a header attempt. That was maybe the best shot opportunity so far this first half for Fort Lee. That was a line drive service play right to the top of the box with a yellow line. And getting his head on it was Jordy Focarodi. And Focarodi's attempt was not that far off the near side post, and he had some velocity on it too. So now Paramus Catholic will look to clear it up the field. Focarodi trying to get to it. Here's Chang. Try to fit it in a short and small window here for his teammate. Paramus Catholic was trying to argue it was their possession. Instead, it still remains with Fort Lee. Trying to get it to the feet of Park, but it goes behind him. And now possession for the Paladins. Trying to get it up the field now. Stepping up, nice play. But again, no shot opportunity to come of it. Chang gets it stolen away. Again, aggressive back line, stepping up. Anticipating that the Fort Lee or the Paramus Catholic forward was going to be trying to step up and run with it. Played at the feet of Enzo Yu, getting the first touch of it, number 10. To the far side, deflected right in front of the Paramus Catholic bench. Paladins cleared out to space, and going back in the defensive end to collect it is Fort Lee. Good passing here. It's been steady defense so far for the Bridgemen. Just have not been able to produce those quality scoring opportunities in the other end. Now Paramus Catholic coming down the field. They draw the contact and the foul from the official on the near side wing. So it's going to be a free kick opportunity upcoming now for Paramus Catholic as we're approaching the midway point of our first half of play. So we're coming up on 20 minutes left to go. It's still scoreless between Fort Lee. They're in black and orange and gray. And in the white and gold is Paramus Catholic, the roadside here today. Paladins send that one deep, and that had no chance to either go on target or even set up a teammate with a header attempt on the other end of it. So Thomas will easily collect it as Demba Main once again will go to his bench and sub on 2 fresh players here back onto the field. For Fort Lee after this game, the schedule ahead, they'll have them travel to Dumont as they will get right into the thick of things with a big North American divisional game. And then we'll come back home here on September 15th to play host to Dwight Morrow. And then on the 20th, Ridgefield Park. So Fort Lee is going to start off their season with 3 of their first 4 games here at the Sugarman Sports Complex. Paramus Catholic now, good dribbling display in that far side wing, trying to get around that defender. And eventually it's poked out of bounds. Last touch off of Fort Lee will be a throw-in. And an opportunity presenting itself now for Paramus Catholic with 19 minutes left to go in the first half. Played forward up to around the 30-yard line as Paramus Catholic now trying to keep it in this third of the field offensively. Paramus Catholic, very fortunate there. That clearance attempt for Fort Lee was not of the best variety, as Naoki Dartley was back onto the field, number 7. And he was trying to get the possession and then quickly make a turn and maybe make a full-on sprint to the cage. Instead, it was a weak pass and then a handball called against Fort Lee. So a free kick upcoming now here for Paramus Catholic. First day of the 2022 soccer season here in New Jersey. As they play it down the other way into the box. And they'll allow that one just to roll simply all the way back to Thomas, who will handle it and tell his defense to move their way back up the field. Football season here in the state of New Jersey started a couple of weeks ago. And this is going to be the look of the new sports schedules and season schedules for all the different sports throughout the Garden State, that they're going to be having shorter seasons than they've done in the past so that they could afford a little more recovery time for multi-sport athletes. So you're going to see the soccer seasons end later on in November, mid to, before Thanksgiving time. And that'll allow then other seasons to begin in the winter time. A little bit of a trip from behind, and there's a whistle. Paramus Catholic was trying to say that that was inside the box, the penalty area, but it was definitely outside the yellow. There should be a free kick coming for the Paladins just outside, and that is going to be the case. They'll have the ball situated from around the 15-yard line on the far side. So this is the best opportunity right now offensively for Paramus Catholic in this first half. Let's see if they could get something on target here and force Thomas to make a save. Some of these free kicks, they've just booted it completely wide and a little too strong. Just outside the box, low liner, and almost sneaking it inside the near side post. That was forcing Thomas to try to gauge that one. He went full on dive in the air. Did not get a piece of it as it went out of bounds, but that was the best shot opportunity by far of this game for Paramus Catholic. But it goes by the wayside. And now we're coming up on the final 16 minutes of the first half. Still scoreless between Fort Lee and Paramus Catholic. Stolen away. Here comes Paramus Catholic on the counter. Cleaning it up and sending it out of bounds to the near side is Gordon Cheng. A beautiful sunny afternoon here with a slight breeze going around Fort Lee, about 79 degrees at kickoff. It is just as comfortable as it could possibly be right now for the start of soccer season that we know come playoff time. You're getting all the cold, you're getting the winds, you're getting even some snowflakes in the air in late October. But this feels pleasant, certainly after a run of 90-degree days and weather, the end of summer. Foul against Paramus Catholic as Fort Lee trying to trigger restart, and now the referee is going to ask for the stop of time as he wants to talk things over, and it looks like a warning, and will there be a yellow card administered against the Paramus Catholic player? Yes, there will be. A yellow card will be issued. Fort Lee was trying to restart immediately after a foul was whistled against Paramus Catholic, but the Paladins interfered there. There was a delay of game, and there's the yellow card, so that Paramus Catholic player will be sent off for a couple of minutes as we'll resume play here. There's a push. This time the push and the foul is going to go against Fort Lee, so it's going to be a free kick upcoming for PC. Bowdens will handle this kick from their own 25-yard line. They'll send it long. Knocked down just the edge of the box. That's going to be a low lining shot that's handled easily by Thomas. But the real first shot on target for either side in this game that had a legitimate chance of getting into the net. Trying to get it to number 9, Caden Chan. Here he is. Chan trying to maneuver from the top. Double team immediately comes to him as he was twisting and turning every which way. Good job of getting the ball back, though, by the Bridgemen. They try to send a man long down the near side, but the offside flag is up by the official on the far side. It was good counterattack opportunity there for Fort Lee. They were trying to then go with a long diagonal pass. And down the near side, they were trying to free number 11, Jin Park, the senior. But Park just couldn't time his run up enough to avoid getting called for the offsides. 13 minutes left to go in the first half. It remains deadlocked at 0-0 here between Paramus Catholic and Fort Lee. Fight for the possession at the midfield. Taken back into the near side. Here's Park. Park. Nice lead ball with his teammate breaking free down the near side wing. Getting the defender to fly by him, and there's contact. And now it's going to be an opportunity here for Fort Lee, once again with a set piece, to try to grab a lead here as we're coming up with the final 10 minutes of the first half. Been limited offensive opportunities from both sides here today, and those opportunities that have presented themselves have not been of the scariest variety if you're from a goaltending perspective. Here's a good opportunity here with a foul just outside the penalty box area. In the penalty area for Fort Lee on offense. That one trying to send to the far side and went through the defense. But nobody was the recipient on the other ends. That could have been dangerous, seeing that the goalie came off his line and seeing if he could try to make a play on it to catch it. Now the interception inside the penalty area. There's a chip shot, and that forces Paramus Catholic's keeper to make the save. That was the best quality scoring opportunity of this first half for Fort Lee. So much like what we just saw with Paramus Catholic, a low liner handled easily by the goalie, but forcing the goalie to make a save. Then a misplay now leads to a turnover and more opportunities on offense for the Bridgemen. Fort Lee trying to turn with it to the top of the box. Sent out of bounds to the far side off of Paramus Catholic last, so it's going to be a Fort Lee throw-in as we're coming up with the final 11 minutes of the first half here. Thrown in the box and cleared right back out wide. Set over to the far side. Here comes Fort Lee inside the scoring area, trying to twist and turn on the top of the edge of the box. Fort Lee still having it. Focarodi playing it wide to the far side. Chipped inside the box, headed forward. Ball is loose inside the scoring area. Fort Lee getting to it now. Misplay there by Cheng. Popped up in space. Now Paramus Catholic looking to venture out of harm's way the other way. Headed over to the far side by Enzo Yu. Fort Lee doing a good job of gradually moving it down the far flank. Trying to give and go inside the box. Now loose to the far side. Good build-up here in the last couple of minutes offensively for Fort Lee, getting close to the corner flag. Paramus Catholic trying to clear it again out. They keep it in play, now send it long the other way. Fort Lee over to the near side, just a little too much mustard on that one as Chang could not chase it down before going out of bounds directly under us to the broadcast vantage point here. 9:35 and counting left to go in our first half. Scoreless between Paramus Catholic and Fort Lee. Wholesale changes being made now by Coach Lewandowski. stolen away by Shinoda. Shinoda trying to play it to the far side. Kato Shinoda, who had an assist last season. He's one of those veterans that come back. He's a junior, but got varsity experience from a season ago as a sophomore. He's going to be relied upon to garner possession in the midfield. PC playing it forward with Ashkar. Tries the long ball. Paramus Catholic getting behind one defender in the penalty area. Just could not curl it around enough to get a shot on goal before it went past the end line and will go out for a goal kick. PC had done a nice job there with their striker up top. And again, pardon us for not knowing some of these players because we were never given a roster. But number 11 in white for PC was trying to curl around to get an opportunity after beating by a double team of defenders. Just ran out of real estate. Played over to the near side. First by Focarodi. Now up top of the near side to Park. Park was trying a couple of nice moves to get around, but a whistle was sounded against him. Sent down the other way as Paramus Catholic trying to get to it and make something of this last couple of minutes of the first half. Paladins again trying to play it up top. Ball still dangerously loose in the box, and now it finally gets into the capable hands of Benjamin Thomas. Coming up on 7.5 minutes left to go in our first half of play. You're watching the debut of the 2022 boys soccer season here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Dan Long, Dimitri Nanis, and Mike Rachapi. Glad that you could join us for a sun-filled Sugarman Sports Complex here in Fort Lee. We'll bring you the home opener for the girls' side on Monday, September 12th, as they'll be playing host to the Huskies of Dumont High School in a divisional matchup in the Big North American. Again, you'll be able to watch that game live or anytime on demand here on YouTube. Just search for Fort Lee Athletics. Ashkar waiting for the okay to restart the play here with his free kick. Sending it along to the far side, trying to run it down as Fort Lee before it could go out of bounds. They do that. They send the ball long down the far side wing. Here come Fort Lee in a full-on sprint. Getting to it in time as Marino was trying to clean things up for Paramus Catholic. Last touch off of PC. So that long ball for Fort Lee worked wonders there to provide a bit of a scoring spark here as we're approaching the final 6 minutes of the first half. That'll go all the way down for a corner kick. I believe this is the third corner kick of the first half for the Bridgemen. This is a dangerous one going all the way to the near post side. Dartley playing it back. Now still with players in the box trying to get it to them, but the service wasn't on track. Now turnover forced by Paramus Catholic as they try to build it up with a counterattack the other way. PC starting to put a little more pressure on that back line for Fort Lee, making things a little more uncomfortable. Played back into the midfield. Now trying to send that one down the far side wing. Pops out to midfield. Here's a chance. Popping behind that back line. Fort Lee trying to poke it forward. Just could not get to it in time, though. Good pressure being put on by Fort Lee now on that back line. PC trying a little give and go in the midfield. Couple of Paladins trying to sandwich in, but unable to take it away from Marroquin. Marroquin doing a good job, number 4. His pass just a little too long on the far side, but he did a good job of splitting the double team and still retaining possession for the Bridgemen. 4.5 minutes now left to go in the first half. It's been a scoreless affair so far here from Fort Lee. Not a lot of offensive opportunities so far in this season opener for both teams. Ball trickles out to around the 40-yard line. Long ball, but nobody was running underneath that attempt. Just frozen was Jin Park, way back at around the 25-yard line. 4 minutes and counting now left to go here until halftime. There's some hard contact around midfield. Good sportsmanship. Paramus Catholic player was trying to go over to say, "I'm sorry," and Fort Lee player was having none of it. And I think the official didn't like seeing that. And again, it was very physical. It was a late challenge. Alessandro Corradazzolo, number 6, was the Fort Lee player that was dinged up at the end of that play, who was not very happy about even trying to say it's okay to the Paramus Catholic player who took him down. Fort Lee the other way, a header attempt. Comes over to the near side wing. Good build up there. They had the goalie leaning in the wrong direction too. Knocked down, Marroquin keeping the play alive. Here's the build-up, and now turn and fire. Fort Lee just missing. And Fort Lee now starting to administer a little more pressure in this end of the field just before halftime. It's been a nice gradual build-up, but then when you think it's harmless, all of a sudden Fort Lee has built up a couple of opportunities and a couple of shots that, while not on target, are definitely dangerous and are much more of a dangerous variety than we've seen since the beginning of this game. Approaching 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Again, another turnover forced. They tried to link up with Park to the near side. It eventually got deflected out of bounds. It'll be Paramus Catholic possession, deep in their own defensive third of the field. Here's a throw in just from inside the corner flag. Here's Park. Fort Lee trying to win back possession. 2 minutes left to go in the half. Out of bounds it goes. Taken away. Fogarodi, number 14. Procured possession for Fort Lee briefly. Try to get a tip of it now. Eventually get to the feet of Shinoda. Chang. Good ball. Down the near side, but just not able to get that one cleanly. Enzo Yu, who had 2 assists a season ago, the senior number 10, just couldn't settle it down to then produce a potential shot inside the penalty area. As we're coming up on 1 minute left to go in the first half of play. Last 10 minutes or so has been dominated by Fort Lee. They have just been flipping the field just in this side, winning possession routinely in the midfield and producing some good opportunities even with service pieces. Went through the legs of Jin Park, out of bounds. Will be a quick restart here for Paramus Catholic. Paladins shifted over to the far side. 30 seconds now left to go in the first half. Does PC have one last offensive opportunity here for them? And they don't, as they'll push that one wide of the mark. Thomas will go back to retrieve that, and that might be the final real play of this first half. The time dwindles down to 10 seconds and counting left to go until halftime. Thomas really had to just make one big save so far in this first half for Fort Lee. Keeper for Paramus Catholic not challenged all that often as well. As the horn will sound, signaling the end of the first 40 minutes of action. Scoreless action here at the Sugarman Sports Complex. Stick around as we'll be back for the start of the second half of play as you're watching the 2022 soccer opener between Paramus Catholic and Fort Lee here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody, to the start of the second half of play. Scoreless through the first 40 minutes between Paramus Catholic. They are the road side in white, and Fort Lee, the Bridgemen, they're the home side in the black, gray, and orange. Dan Long, Dimitri Nanis, and Mike Ricciampi here bringing you all the sights and sounds of this, our first boys soccer broadcast of this brand new regular season. The last 10 minutes or so of that first half really dominated by Fort Lee. They were getting the opportunities and got even a couple of shots on goal. And quickly out of the break, they're going to draw a foul against Paramus Catholic. It's going to be a free kick upcoming for Fort Lee. Only one real shot to think of and speak of for Paramus Catholic in the first half. That was a low liner of a shot that was handled easily by Thomas, the keeper for the Bridgemen. That one's inside, and it was juggled a bit by Paramus Catholic's keeper, and they'll set it up and now look to clear it the other way. So Fort Lee already right out of the gate looking like they were generating a good opportunity there. As the Bridgemen will play it over to the near side. One back, send forward. Ball's loose in the top of the box. Here's an anxious moment of defending here for Fort Lee, as Paramus Catholic had an opportunity with a keeper off his line as well to maybe turn around and fire a shot. But it was a good job by Fort Lee of defending and getting back in time to skewer that one over to the far side and out of bounds. Down to the far side, but then the offside flag is up by the official on the near side as Paramus Catholic was trying to spread the field wide at the far side wing. Fort Lee shouldered off the ball on the far side. PC trying to bring it up the field gradually. Bicycle kick attempts was sent out of bounds wide. It's going to be a throw-in now for Paramus Catholic. And the Paladins turning the page after a very tough season a season ago that saw them only procure one total win on the year. They would love to have a brand new fresh start and start their 2022 campaign on the right foot. That one's lopped away and into the net and scores Paramus Catholic. What a lob shot from the far side and into the back of the net. It looked like it was Anthony Calla, number 14. And Paramus Catholic gets the first goal of the game. They lobbed that one all the way from the far side. It just had eyes as it tucked itself inside the near post. And Paramus Catholic gets that first goal of the game to take a 1-0 advantage. How about that? It just seemingly was stuck in the air for a while, and then Paramus Catholic just saw it find its way into the back of the net. So after Fort Lee had the better of the play, it looked like, in the first half, now it's Paramus Catholic getting the benefit of the shot finding its way into the back of the net, and the visitors will take a 1-0 advantage. Some conversations going on between one of the referees and two of the players as play starting to get ratcheted up and heated down the near side wing. So Paramus Catholic strikes for the first goal of the game just moments ago, the beginning of this second half. So now for the first time in this afternoon, Fort Lee will play from a deficit. That goes out of play, last touch off of Paramus Catholic. So after just earlier in the beginning stages of this second half, looks like Fort Lee was generating the opportunity and was forcing the Paramus Catholic goalie to have to come out and make a stop. Nice play there inside the penalty area. A lot of contact, but we play on. The dizzying dribbling display there by Jin Park. Now with a Fort Lee player down in pain behind the play, Paramus Catholic attacks the other way. Now you could sense a little bit of an urgency starting to pick up here as we finally got into a goal scored in this game after a scoreless first 40 minutes of action. And just before Paramus Catholic scored, I was saying how it's just the benefit of a brand new season. You turn the page after a really tough 2021, and hope is always eternal. Hope is always renewed. A brand new season, and for Paramus Catholic, they struck immediately after I was making reference to the brand new start to the year, and they get on the board again. A pop shot that just was jettisoned up in the air and just kept on curling, and eventually found its way into the back of the net right in front of the near side post after Thomas had gone backwards and kind of was caught a little too far outside his own area. Fort Lee winning possession down the near side. It's Enzo Yu. Here's Enzo Yu as a man open in the far side. They get it to him just a little too long. He had the right idea, just couldn't get it over to him for what would have been a tap-in goal and a wide open net. Fort Lee still attacking here. Trying to curl over to the near side. Fort Lee trying to get to it, but a collision ensues. A foul whistled against the Bridgemen. And it looks like a yellow card was close to being brought out. The official on the near side had the yellow in his hands and was about to give it to Caratazzolo. As PC will now try to re-trigger play. I don't know what the stoppage is right now. As now the defender, Malik Ashkar, the senior, will kick it back into play. Right in the midfield collision. And a foul against Paramus Catholic will give possession back to Fort Lee. So the Bridgemen trailing 1-0. As we come up on 33.5 minutes left to go in the second half. Neither team scored in the first half of play. Fort Lee starting to get a little more aggressive down the far side of the field. Fort Lee, a collision again, and another player down again behind the pace of play. Paramus Catholic going down the near side. Advantage being played as a Paladin player is now decked. So since that goal was scored, things are really starting to heat up. Paramus Catholic going to their bench, bringing on a fresh player. 7.5 minutes gone by here in the start of the second half, and Paramus Catholic has broken through a scoreless deadlock at halftime. They scored in the early moments of the second half to take the first lead of the game at 1-0. Played up top. Paladins will just pounce that down the other way. Thomas will run out and collect it. And he'll try to throw it down the field to try to jumpstart his offense. Again, that was the storyline in talking about it just before the start of today's game. Fort Lee, where do they get their offense from? The Bridgemen graduated star striker Timofey Strelli a season ago. Strelli led the Bridgemen with 20 goals and 2 assists on the year. He had the most goals of a single player in Bergen County. And he was a big reason why Fort Lee averaged close to 2 goals a game last season in their 12-win campaign. Who will pick up the scoring load? You may not have a 20-goal scorer individually this season, but what type of players can produce that creativity that could lead to the scoring opportunities throughout the course of this season. Haven't seen a lot of Caden Chan, as you'd have to expect. The defensive game plan is going to be draped all alongside number 9 whenever he gets to the ball. But a couple of brilliant opportunities for number 10, Enzo Yu, and number 11, Jin Park. Now they throw it down the near side to Enzo Yu, and here comes Yu again, chipping it forward to himself inside the penalty area. Yu slithers it past and scores! Enzo Yu, the senior who had 2 assists a season ago, has drawn the game level at 1-1. And there's that creativity that Demba main side was looking for. So Fort Lee answers. After being down 1-0 early on in this second half, Enzo Yu scores the goal, his first goal of the season, first goal for the Bridgemen. And we are now tied at 1-1, so it was scoreless through the first 40 minutes of play and not even a full 10 minutes gone by here in the second half. And we have 2 combined goals between the two sides. Now Paramus Catholic with a set piece deep in the offensive end of the pitch will have an opportunity to retake the lead if they can produce here. So just prior to me saying, or just after I should say, after me bringing up the fact of where is the goal production coming from, Enzo Yu said, I've got it right here. Did a great job of bringing it down the near side wing himself, and in a breakaway that had the great idea. Here's a long ball linking up with Caden Chan. A lot of green in front of him. Chan slips that one right in front, but just a little too long for his teammate as the keeper comes all the way out to cut down the angle. But now the field is starting to open up significantly for Fort Lee's offense. Caden Chan had that opportunity and once again was just trying to link up with his teammate. Now here come the Bridgemen, and there's a foul whistled against Paramus Catholic. It's going to be a set piece upcoming now to the far side, just inside the 10-yard line. So Kala got on the board first for Paramus Catholic. On the other side, it was 1-0 Paladins. Fort Lee just responded a couple of minutes later, courtesy of Enzo Yu. Yu's first goal of the season has made this a 1-1 affair. Now Fort Lee trying to garner their first lead of the game. Set piece could not be converted into a scoring opportunity there. Now Paramus Catholic trying to break out with it down the near side. Stepping on the ball, though. Now a lot of jersey tugging. And now a foul against Paramus Catholic and a yellow card also shown to Paramus Catholic. So Paramus Catholic was tugging aplenty on the jersey of the Fort Lee player down the middle of the field, Shinoda. And then a yellow was administered, so Paramus Catholic will have to have their player come off the field. And I think the referee also trying to say something. Might have been some words being exchanged as well, and they have to be careful if they don't get the red card. Now Fort Lee with a little momentum on its side, trying to take the lead here. That long ball is going to be off the mark. That's going to be sent down the other way. And possession now upcoming with a goal kick for Paramus Catholic. Been an exciting start to the second half, to say the least. 2 goals combined on the board in the first 10 minutes of the second half after a scoreless 40 minutes of the first half. Paramus Catholic in the road white, Fort Lee in the home black. As you're watching coverage of the start of a brand new 2022 soccer season. So after correctively getting the ball over for a Paramus Catholic throw-in, the ball goes all the way down. Thomas. It was such a nice finish, too, for Enzo Yu for Fort Lee on their goal. That he took it down the near side wing, got past the defender, and then when 1v1 with a keeper. As I mentioned at the time, just slithered it right past the keeper. Did not need to fire a rocket shot to make sure that accurately was in the back of the net. Missed opportunity on that long pass, and now again, Paramus Catholic looking to clear it up the field. 27 minutes left to go in regulation. 1-1 your score. Pop straight up. Taken down here by Paramus Catholic. As they operate on offense just outside the box. They had a work of brilliance before. And their goal just kind of popping one up on an angle. And it found its way lurking inside the near side post. After Thomas had ventured a little too far outside his goal. Could not recover back in time. As it was popped up and over his head. Good pass to the wide open space in the far side. Now a give and go in the box. Again coming well out of his goal to make the save. It's Thomas. Thomas, very aggressive. We knew that last year in our broadcast here in the Fort Lee soccer broadcast. Thomas is a very confident and a very aggressive goalkeeper. He comes off his line. He comes well out of his goal, and he will meet up with someone just to cut down on the angle. And he came out and made that save. Corner kick off the rebound save. Now Paramus Catholic once again trying to retake their lead. Curling inside the box. They get a header on it, but there's also a foul whistled against the Paladins. So disaster avoided there for Fort Lee's defense. As Thomas tries to get this right back into the course of play. He's trying to link up on a long ball down the near side for Caradazzolo. Now trying to free up you getting tugged on from behind. And is this going to be a foul against Paramus Catholic? The referee will ask for the time to be stopped. Looks like it's going to be a card. It's going to be a case of what color card? It will be a yellow. That was going to be a clear breakaway for Fort Lee just outside the box. All intents and purposes, that is a very smart foul for Paramus Catholic. If there wasn't a tug of the jersey, that was going to be one-on-one again between Enzo Yu and the keeper for Paramus Catholic. And Yu already has scored once in the second half. So the free kick will be set up just about 3 yards away from the outside of the yellow-clad penalty area. Kato Shinoda will handle the free kick. Four-man wall set up. This is a great opportunity here on the set piece. Right on target for Fort Lee to take their first lead of the day. Shinoda wraps that one just a little too far wide as he was trying to go to the far post, had that four-man wall in front of him. Just could not bend it enough to link that into the back of the net and give Fort Lee the lead. But once again, we have seen Enzo Yu, number 10 in black, the forward up top. He has become that offensive catalyst for this offense that was dormant in the first half. He has provided that spark here in the second half for Fort Lee. Paramus Catholic had opportunities their last time down offensively. Fort Lee trying to generate something again. They want to build off. They have the last goal in this game. Again, after that first goal was secured in this game by Paramus Catholic, there's been a greater urgency played by both teams. Now Paramus Catholic forcing the turnover. Good job of dribbling down the field, but then Fort Lee able to set it up. They get it back into the box. Paramus Catholic arguing that was being fielded by the keeper with his hands when it was still outside the yellow-clad penalty area. Referee saw it differently, though. Popped up as Enzo Yu was lurking there. Now good step up. Possession won back by Fort Lee, just could not get to it. Paramus Catholic pushing it wide down the far side. Will that last touch betray them? No, it still stays in play to the far side. It's deflected off of Fort Lee last out of play, so it's going to be a throw-in now coming for the Paladins. 23 minutes left to go in the second half. 1-1 is your score in this game. Headed forward by Fort Lee. Chan, look at the speed. Sent that one long as he felt a defender flying out in front of him. And there is a whistle for an injured player from the far side of the field. Looks like one of the defenders for Fort Lee was down on the field. There is no signal for the stoppage of time right now. Now they're saying to stop the clock. 22-12 left to go here in the second half after, again, a Fort Lee defender was down well behind the end of the play. As he'll make the slow walk off the field to the far side with athletic trainer Tom Herr here at Fort Lee, as both teams trying to utilize this as a semi-timeout, get some swigs of water and get back into the course of play. Again, heat is not a concern here today, as it's been the case over the last couple of weeks. A very comfortable afternoon for soccer, 79 degrees at opening kickoff. Just over 22 minutes left to go here in the second half. Again, if you're just joining us, fans, it was scoreless in the first half. Paramus Catholic broke the scoreless deadlock with a goal by Anthony Callow, the sophomore, to give Paramus Catholic a 1-0 lead early on in the start of the second half. And then Fort Lee responded with a beautiful goal and a breakaway by Enzo Yu. Took it down the near side wing, got past his last defender, and then just slithered it by the goalie to get Fort Lee on the board for their first goal of this 2022 season. And Fort Lee has continued to ratchet up the pressure offensively here after scoring that goal that tied the score up. They've had a couple opportunities to potentially take their first lead of the afternoon, but Paramus Catholic has withstood those advances, and we remain in a 1-1 game. 22-12 left to go after that injury timeout. Radazzolo could not clear that cleanly. Played over to the near side. Here comes PC. Paladins taking it down the near side wing. There's a header attempt inside and a goal by Paramus Catholic. The Paladins strike for their second goal of the game. A beautiful assisted goal. Delivery from the near side wing. Paramus Catholic had a runner coming right down the middle. Got enough of the header inside, and Paramus Catholic for the second time in the second half have taken the lead at 2-1. 21:51 left to go here in regulation, as Paramus Catholic will go to their subs again. So the Paladins strike on a nice counterattack the other way. Led inside the middle of the box to the header finish. So once again, Fort Lee's got to rally from a one-goal deficit. All the momentum seemingly was on Fort Lee's side until that injury timeout, and now Paramus Catholic comes right roaring back and retakes the lead. They led 1-0. They now lead 2-1. Paladins looking for more. Serving it inside the box. Headed up and now cleared, popped straight up by Fort Lee. Starting to struggle a little bit defensively here. Then a push and a foul against Paramus Catholic. Sent along to the near side. Paramus Catholic, good job of defending there against you. Now the Paladins trying to get up the field. They're doing a good job here. There's a shot from distance. Diving over to his left to make the save was Thomas. Thomas quickly setting it down the other way to Dartley. Dartley trying to slip that one forward. Just not a lot of speed on that passing attempt. Is Thomas again electing to will his cohorts up the field. Long ball headed forward by Ashkar. Zolo was not able to get to that cleanly, and there's another player down on the far side of the field for Fort Lee as well. Injury will stop the clock with 20 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. Looks like it's Gordon Chang, the freshman. Not sure if he was injured, was the same player that was being looked at before. So Paramus Catholic has twice in this half taken the lead. 1-0 and now 2-1. It was a beautiful finish in front by Paramus Catholic. Again, after their midfield had taken it down the near side wing, making a full sprint right down the middle of the field. Beautiful timing on the give and go, and was headed home with the goal. And the Paladins trying to start off a brand new season with a win in their opener. They lead on the road here at Fort Lee 2-1. Coming up on the midway points of the second half. As again, Paramus Catholic going to its bench. About 3 different subs coming on the field. And so you trying to head it forward to himself. It's just down that near side wing that he took it earlier on in this half that led to his goal and got Fort Lee on the board. Paramus Catholic not able to get to it in time in front of Demba Main and the Fort Lee sideline. Coming up on 19 and a half minutes left to go in regulation. Work to be done here for Fort Lee. Bridgman trail by 1. Headed backwards into the box. You trying to get to it. Paramus Catholic's defenders trying to say that he touched it with a handball. We play on. On top of the box it goes. Played forward now for Paramus Catholic. Paladins looking to break out to the middle of the field. Good defending there by the Bridgemen. They'll play it straight back up the field. You trying to come back and win the ball. Gets it over to Chan. Chan trying to pop it forward to number 10. As Enzo Yu just could not get underneath it in time. Played over to the far side. Paramus Catholic trying to collect it, but again, stepping up. Good defending there by Fort Lee's back line. They play it wide now to the far side to Caden Chan. Shannon with a nice footwork there, getting it to his teammate. Left behind inside the box, though. Zolo playing it backwards to Ryan Steer. Steer diagonal ball to the long side of the field. Chan trying to measure it up and chase after it as it's played back to the PC keeper. Now over to the near side. Samuel Choi into the game for the first time. Choi to the near side, diagonal ball just off the mark to the far side. Paramus Catholic will recover it back in its defensive end and look to move up the field into the midfield. Trying to turn on that last line of defense. Good step up there by Randy Mariquin. Up top to you. You trying to split the double team. Again, he's the goal scorer for Fort Lee, but it's cleared out away by Ashkar. As it's thrown in, Coming up on 17 and a half minutes left to go here in the second half. All 3 goals combined in this game have come in this second half of play after a scoreless first half between both sides. The game has really opened up and the scoring opportunities are much more numerous this time around. Played forward here by Fort Lee. Deflected out of bounds to the near side will be a throw-in here for the Bridgemen. Paramus Catholic, if they could hold on, would match their win total from a season ago, starting off here at 2022 on the road with a victory. Again, they only had a victory against Hoboken in a tough 2021. Coach Lewandowski trying to turn around this program to where it was when he was a 2-time captain back in 2003 and then his senior season in 2004. And Fort Lee coming off a 12-win campaign a season ago that saw them produce victories in both the Bergen County tournament as well as the state sectional playoffs. They lost their season opener a season ago 4-0 against Cliffside Park, then went on to win 5 in a row. This is a conference game, but a non-divisional contest. They will start off their divisional play their next time out at Dumont on September 12th. Now to the midfield it goes, Focaroti. Over to the near side. Caranazzolo gets it taken away. A little pushing and shoving at the tail end. Again, things have been chippy, certainly with Caranazzolo in the midst of it, with a couple of different Paladins throughout the course of this game. Fort Lee rallied once before to tie the game at 1-1. Trailing 2-1 here. Paramus Catholic breaking down the far side, linking up top, give and go. Thomas coming all the way out once again to short circuit that advance. Daring goaltending there by the junior. Paramus Catholic sliding down early on the turf to cut off that possession. Diagonal ball to the far side again. Good anticipation there by Thomas. Thomas doesn't come off his line. If he plays more of a conservative style, that would have led to at least 2 shot-on-goal opportunities for Paramus Catholic in that last foray into the offensive side of the field. Now it's played slowly over to the far side to Enzo Yu. The senior, did he draw enough contact? Looks like there's going to be a stop here for the time. 14:51 left to go. Did the foul occur inside or is it outside? It will be a yellow card shown. Obviously, if it's inside the box, that's going to be a penalty kick. But it looks like it's going to be marked just outside the yellow-clad box area, so it's going to be a set piece going to be given to Fort Lee on the far side. As Chan will be the one delivering this service. Seen a couple times now, fouls whistled against Paramus Catholic defensively that have given possession to Fort Lee just outside the penalty box. Now a quick play and give and go, a shot, fumbled, save, and just keeping it from going past the goal line. The keeper for Paramus Catholic doing just enough to get a piece of that. As it did not look like that it was going to be that hard a shot opportunity for Fort Lee. It was a nice give and go on the short service. Paramus Catholic doing just enough to keep it from going past the goal line and still keep this a 2-1 advantage. The midfield, fight for the loose ball, take it in. Shinoda winning it backwards for Fort Lee. Time beginning to be a concern for Coach Demba Main's side. There's a foul against the Paladins. Quick restart here, taken on the far side by Fort Lee. As the Bridgemen trying to quickly get it back up the field. As Mariquin was the one who reset play. There's a pop-up. Here's an opportunity. Enzo Yu is open. Heads it just wide of a wide-open net. Had all of a wide-open net in front of him. He's incredulous as he was not able to double his scoring account. As that looked like it was destined to be a tie game, a 2-2. And Yu is so upset that he could not score there. 13:28 left to go. So a beautiful opportunity just missed there for Fort Lee to once again, for the second time in this game, deadlock the score. As Enzo Yu headed it forward to himself and then headed it wide open at an empty net and just shot it a little wide to the left. He'll love to make amends here and try to get that other opportunity for a second goal of this game. Focarodi was trying to bring that up the field. Time is of the essence now for Fort Lee. 12.5 minutes left to go here in the second half. 2-1 the score and the lead for Paramus Catholic, trying to desperately hold on here and produce a win in their first fixture of 2022. Fort Lee has never led in this game. Nice curling ball to the far side, headed forward. Paladins trying to get to it. Not able to in time, and now there's a stoppage. As there's a player down on the field for Fort Lee. As once again, it's Alessandro Caranazzolo. Caranazzolo, the junior, has been dinged up a couple of times throughout the course of this game. Looks like it's not too serious an injury that would have necessitated a trainer having to come all the way out onto the field. He seems to be walking off. The official, though, is sending him off the field, saying that he needs to be subbed off. The referee is telling Caranazzolo to check off the field. Demba Main is saying just stay in the field. So now it looks like we're going to restart play. Very interesting. Fort Lee again just missed inches wide of what would have been the tying goal at 2-2. Paramus Catholic with a big sigh of relief. Will 2 goals be enough for the Paladins to win on the road here? First meeting between these two sides since 2019. Paramus Catholic won in their last meeting here in 2018. They won 3-1 on the road against Fort Lee. As that one is sent skyward right in front of us in the bleacher section. That was coming right at yours truly. Here's you down the near side wing, chipping it over to the far side. Tried a centering ball to set up Caden Chan. There's a lot of a tug of a jersey there. Paramus Catholic player was literally going for a piggyback ride. And it looks like it's going to be a yellow card, and that player is going to be sent off for a period of time. That was clearly a hard tug of the jersey. And we've seen Paramus Catholic have a couple of players doing that, trying to slow down the advances of attacking Fort Lee players here in the second half. There's a service ball headed into the box. Goalie could not cleanly catch it. That leads to another opportunity. Turns and fires, just shooting it high and wide. Focarodi was close to producing a brilliant tying goal. Fort Lee is really putting the pressure on offensively here as we're approaching the final 10 minutes of regulation. Paramus Catholic desperately trying to hold on. They've scored twice here in the second half to produce a 2-1 lead over Fort Lee. Taken over the far side, a collision with a double team in front of him. And that's going to be a whistle. And now it's going to be a set opportunity, a set piece opportunity for Paramus Catholic. It does not look like it's a yellow card. Under 10 minutes now left to go in this game. Paramus Catholic looking for a little breathing room and an insurance goal here to stake them out to a 2-goal lead. Paramus Catholic has never trailed in this game so far. They've led 1-0 and now 2-1. Getting ready for the set piece just inside the 35-yard line. That's sent wide and goes long out of play as Thomas could not get to it. Fort Lee's going to be trying to get this back up the field as quickly as possible. As we're coming up on the final 9 minutes of play. As that curls out of play, it actually hits into the referee, and it's going to be possession for Paramus Catholic. As Paramus Catholic will have the ball sent in, back into play. It hit off the referee last, so the referee just dropped it at the feet of a Paladin player. That pass was trying to get it to Enzo Yu down the near side. Again, Enzo Yu got Fort Lee on the board to draw even at 1-1 and then had an unbelievable opportunity, an empty net in front of him to possibly produce a second tie of this game, but just missed it wide earlier in the second half. Yu has looked impressive down this near side wing in this second half of play. They've really tried to get it to number 10 early and often. That time the advance up the field was by Marcus Lee, number 12, the sophomore in the midfield. Demba main side trying to produce a little more offense here and at least get the tying goal late in regulation. They move it wide to the far side wing, get it inside. Yu try to body off inside. The goalie again lost it, and then it squirted out in front. Yu was trying to get a garbage goal and just had it deflect off of the Paramus Catholic defender last. And the goalie for Paramus Catholic is writhing in pain. A defender alongside with him. 2 PC players are down. That'll stop the clock now with 7:44 left to go here in the second half. While the Paramus Catholic keeper has made his stops when needed throughout the course of this game, he has also been a little shaky when it comes to clean catches. And that's what happened there, that could not catch the ball cleanly. Then there was a bit of a collision with Enzo Yu, and no foul on the play. It was all deemed to be legal. And now the goalie being looked at, the other player still stretching out his leg. It might be a case of just cramping going on here late in the contest, and hopefully everything is going to be okay for both players. Again, as the keeper is still down for Paramus Catholic, doesn't look like Paramus Catholic has their own trainers, so Tom Herr, the trainer for Fort Lee, is going to be giving it a look. So to make sure that everything is okay here, again, 7:44 left to go in the second half of play. It is still a 2-1 lead for Paramus Catholic, as they have scored twice here in the second half. Fort Lee has scored their 1 goal in the second half as well, after it was scoreless through the first 40 minutes of play. After this game, Paramus Catholic will head back home for the next 2 games. They'll play host to Bergenfield on September 12th before starting the Big North United Division play against DePaul Catholic on September 15th. The next 2 fixtures for Fort Lee see the Bridgemen travel to Dumont for a divisional game of the Big North American Division on September 12th before coming back home to take on league rivals Dwight Morrow and Ridgefield Park on September 15th and September 20th. So it looks like the keeper has gotten to his feet, and will he be able to stay in this game, or will there be a new goalie coming in for Paramus Catholic? It looks like the keeper will not be able to continue, so they will go to one of their field players, it looks like, to be the new goalie. So this could be something very interesting, to say the least, for Paramus Catholic. Their starting goalie is injured and has to come out of this game with 7:44 remaining in regulation. So they will put a penny on one of their reserves and will have him come into the game as the new goalie. They gave him some gloves. Now he will be forced into action in trying to keep Fort Lee from scoring a tying goal here with less than 8 minutes left to go in regulation. Crazy scenario presenting itself right now. If you're Fort Lee, you have to be super aggressive and try as many shots on goal as possible. Here after the corner, trying to get it over to the near side, headed forward again, pinballs around, chip shot into the top 90, just up and over. Good idea, though. If that's on target just a little further down, that would sneak in to the upper 90 and level this game at 2-2. Instead, it goes out of play. Paramus Catholic once again and their faithful that have made the trek here to Fort Lee to cheer on their Paladins with a huge sigh of relief. Can they get their way to the finish line here? Coming up on the final 7 minutes of play. Popped up to the near side. Fort Lee trying to bring it up with Samuel Choi. There's a foul whistled against Choi as another Paramus Catholic player sits down on the turf. They'll win back possession in another restart on a free kick upcoming for the Paladins. Little time wasting going on by PC as well. Ashkar with a double thumbs up, seeing if his teammates are ready for the restart of play. He'll set it long to the far side. Fort Lee's defense steps up, sends it down wide the other way, so this is valuable seconds ticking off the clock as ball is still on the offensive side of the field for Paramus Catholic. Approaching the final 6 minutes of regulation now. 2-1 the lead, and if you're just joining us, an injury sustained by the starting goalie of Paramus Catholic has put a reserve player into the net, and not only just a backup goalie, but a field player who has been given the goalie gloves and has to try to help his team get a victory here. Time is of the essence here. Again, Thomas quickly getting to it. Sends it down to the near side. Choi, nice ball. Playing up top to Chan. Chan going backwards with it. Choi jumping up in the air. Chan trying to get to it. Choi gets the loose ball. He has room for his teammate down the far side. Here comes Fort Lee trying to get it inside the box. And that's headed out of bounds by Paramus Catholic. Corner kick upcoming now for Fort Lee. Going to be taken to the far side of the field. Coming up on 5 minutes left to go in regulation. Fort Lee looking for a little late game magic here before regulation comes to a close. Looking to find that second goal of the game. Fort Lee having Chan doing a little stretching going on before he will uncork this service from the far side corner flag. Time is going to be asked to be stopped here as Paramus Catholic is making their subs, and I think they're taking a little too long. That's why they stopped the clock as well, and it looks like another player for the Paladins is going to be having to be helped off the field. So Paramus Catholic now starting to look like a mash unit with their injuries sustained here late in the second half. Again, their starting goalie is already out of the game. This was the defender who was also hurt behind the play. He was trying to play through that injury in the last couple of minutes, and just the pain was a little too much as he will limp his way off the field to the far side, being helped by Coach Lewandowski. Both teams sacrificing here in the first game of the 2022 season. Corner over to the near side, comes all the way through, and it's deflected off the back of a Paramus Catholic defender, and that will lead to a corner now given to Fort Lee again. I don't know why they're playing it to that far side. It looked like it should have been taken to the near side corner, but we play on. Paramus Catholic was trying to play advantage, but the referee stopped the course of play. Kind of interesting. Last couple of plays here, and now they're going to give the ball back to Fort Lee as well. I don't know why Fort Lee would have it. Looks like it is a foul called against the Bridgemen. Will be a free kick upcoming for Paramus Catholic. Under 4.5 minutes now left to go in a wild finish to this game. Again, I don't know why in that last corner that was quickly taken by Fort Lee that they took it in the far side where the ball went out of bounds on the near side. I thought it should have been coming from that near side corner flag, but it worked out for Paramus Catholic, and again, they will just let the seconds tick down here, slowly get it back to the course of play. 4 minutes left to go. 2-1 lead for the visitors from Paramus Catholic. One win a season ago, trying to get off to a one-win start to start off this brand new season. Over to the near side and sent out of bounds. 3:40 and counting. You getting it up the field. Send forward. Here's a long ball. Paramus Catholic having a man behind the defense, heading it to himself, and Thomas doing a good job of just being there in the spot to smother that attempted shot on goal. Time is on the side of the Paladins. 3 minutes now left to go. Again, will the floodgates open for another goal and really push this out of striking distance for Fort Lee? Here's an opportunity. Again, Paramus Catholic taking one shot, got deflected in front. And now it looks like a whistle, as it looks like it's going to be a handball, but against Paramus Catholic inside the box. So a handball, and now it's a quick restart here for Fort Lee. Time running short here for a comeback attempt. Yu heading it forward. Enzo Yu will get to it. Trying to stop with it, but the defender got in front of him. Good job of one-on-one marking. Now Paramus Catholic in the midfield will take it down the middle of the field to the far side into the attacking third. Here come the Paladins looking for an opening. Gets it up to the middle of the field. They'll play it ahead. 2:15 and counting left to go here in the second half. 2-1. Paramus Catholic trying to salt away a victory on the road in their season opener. Fort Lee fighting hard to try to win back possession, get another chance on offense. A foul and a player down, hurt on the field. Clock continues to work its way down. Time running out here for Fort Lee. They got to get back over midfield and into the attacking third. Long ball, trying to ricochet off the defender, gets down, set up, Dartley getting it back to Yu, back to Dartley. To the near side, Yu falling down. His balance betrayed him. Still possession here for the Bridgemen. 90 seconds left to go in regulation. Over to the near side, good defending by Paramus Catholic. Last touch off of Fort Lee. That's a tough turn there for the Bridgemen. It will be a throw-in now for Paramus Catholic, with 1:15 remaining here in the second half of play. Now a turn down the near side wing. Last touch off of the defense of Fort Lee. Valuable seconds ticking off the scoreboard here at the Sugarman Sports Complex. 1 minute remaining here in regulation. Coach Lewandowski's side has been maintaining the lead for the majority of the second half. That shot went out of bounds. Thomas, the goalie for Fort Lee, will get to it. He'll have a goal kick here. 40 seconds left to go in the second half. They'll send it down the length of the field to the near side. Getting a piece of it, trying to turn with it. Dartley over to the near side to Shinoda. Corradazzolo drawing the foul. Here's a free kick. 23 seconds left to go. Fort Lee sending the service to the top of the box. Could not get a foot on it. Ricochets out in front. 12 seconds left. Ball squirts out to the far side wing. Fort Lee, can they get one shot opportunity? 5 seconds left. Into the box. Turning with it. No shot opportunity. And Paramus Catholic will hold on for a 2-1 road victory here at Fort Lee. They survived the last couple of moments of this game without a real goalie in the game. They pressed a field player into goalie service, and they were able to hold on for a 2-1 victory on the road, as Paramus Catholic will move to 1-0 on the season with the victory here in the season opener. And Fort Lee will have a hard-fought loss to end their season opener. It will go to 0-1 on the season. So that will end our first broadcast of the 2022 boys soccer season. It's Paramus Catholic 2 and Fort Lee 1. Join us for our next Fort Lee broadcasts on September 15th as the Bridgmen will be playing host to Dwight Morrow in a Big North American Division showdown. So, for Mike Rachapi and our producer, Dimitri Nanis, I'm Dan Long saying so long from the Sugarman Sports Complex here in Fort Lee, New Jersey. And thanks for watching Fort Lee Boys Soccer here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. We'll see you next time. Take care.